What you're about to see will change your universe forever. Welcome, and here we go again. Now today, I'm here for the first proper video of 2019. The last one was just me going on about some of the stuff you can expect from 2019. So today is my first proper discussion video of the year. So today I am going to be discussing 5 things that should change for Series 12 of Doctor Who. Now I've made it no secret that I didn't like Series 11 of the programme. So I've come up with 5 ways that Chris Chibnall can improve on the previous series. I know he won't listen, but these are just 5 things I want to see in Series 12. Number 1. Companions and character development. Now, a lot of people have commented on this, and I would definitely agree. There are too many companions in Series 11. In most of the episodes of the season, the companions have felt forced, and it feels like only 1 or 2 of them are actually doing anything. I think there's Rosa. Rosa's pretty much the only one. I think Rosa and Kablam were the ones where they were all doing something. Otherwise, every other episode it felt like one of them was forced. And I particularly felt this with Yaz. Usually Graham and Ryan had something to do. There were a few times when usually Graham didn't have anything to do when in episodes where the companions didn't really matter, like the Saranga conundrum. But I think usually it's Yaz that suffers from this the most. Graham and Ryan usually have some sort of storyline or focus in the episode, whereas Yaz, most of the time, 70% of the time, feels forced. So I really think we need more character development for the character of Yaz. We know all 3 companions are carrying on for Series 12. That's not a good idea. However much I love Graham as a character, I think he's the best thing about this series. I really think maybe we should have got rid of him. Maybe we should have got rid of Ryan. I would really like to see just a series with 13 and Yaz, really, because I just feel like she's the character that most needs development, and I think 13 as well feels like she can't develop as well with the companions there. And that moves me on to my second point. More characterization and dimensions to the character of the Doctor. Jodie Whittaker has not been the worst thing about Series 11, neither has she been the best. She's not proved to be too unpopular. She's actually proved to be quite a success as the Doctor. But personally, I feel like she's not developed enough, and she's not got enough sides to her character. I feel like she's chirpy and optimistic all the time, and that gets a bit annoying sometimes. I think we really need to add... I'll clarify that I don't think the Doctor always needs to be dark or scary or the oncoming storm or whatever. I just feel like the Doctor shouldn't be just that. It feels like they've taken all the successful aspects out of David Tennant's Doctor and Matt Smith's Doctor and shoved them into 13. So I really think that does annoy me, and I really think that needs to improve. Jodie does deserve better as the Doctor. She's had glimmers this series where she's been really promising, but I really think we need to act on that and move her permanently to the way she was in episodes like Demons of the Punjab and It Takes You Away, where briefly I thought, this is the Doctor here. The other episodes, written by Chris Chibnall, not so much, which is strange as he's the showrunner. And that moves me on to number 3, which is less Chibnall. That sounds rude. Again, I've made it no secret that I'm not a big fan of Chris Chibnall's writing. He's an okay showrunner. He's made some decent decisions. He's also made some bad decisions, but he's made some decent decisions. But I think Chibnall needs to write less stories for Series 12. He wrote 6 episodes of the 2018 to 19 series out of 11. So that's quite a few. And I think that's too many when he's also the showrunner and the executive producer. So I really think he's got too much to do, and therefore his stories don't feel focused. They feel like they're rushed, and they don't have enough detail, or I don't feel like they have enough, what's the word? What is the word? Substance, that's it. They don't have enough substance. That was really annoying. But yeah, I just feel like his writing has been the weakest. I've preferred the stories written by the guest writer, and every story written by Chibnall I've dreaded, which should never happen with the showrunner. Never. And I've been right to dread them as well, every time, because I haven't liked any of them. Number 4 is story arcs. This series has been made up of standalone stories, and when I first heard about that, I thought that could be a reasonably good idea. But I've noticed, as this is the first series without a proper story arc, they've had a few little recurring themes like Graham and Ryan's grandfathership and the Stenza. But we haven't really had a story arc as such. So with Series 12, I think we really need that. I feel like the finale, the actual finale, the Battle of Ran Skurath Kulos, felt like a real disappointment because it felt like they were just trying to cram in loads of loose threads that didn't really need to be solved, and therefore it didn't really feel like a proper finale or a good finale. So I feel like they really need to put in a story arc, and I think that will make the stories work really well. It doesn't need to be a prominent story arc like the Series 6 one, but it just needs to be something there that gets resolved in the finale, like the Timeless Child that was mentioned in the Ghost Monument. And my final point, number 5, stronger villains. This series has a track record of dreadful villains. We had the Stenza, who were really one-dimensional. We had the Remnants, which were just cloths. We had Krasko, who was a one-dimensional space racist. We had Chris Noth. Let's not talk about him. We had the Pating. Let's not talk about that either. We had the Thajarians, which looked cool, but then they turned out to be good, which was really Stephen Moffat's problem. We had the Morax, who started off cool in their sort of hemivore form, but then turned out to be really unoriginal. And then we had the Daleks, who were actually quite good. So, although I didn't like that episode, I did like the Daleks in it. So, I think that proves that this series hasn't created any good villains. I'm not saying you have to bring back the Cybermen or the Weeping Angels or anything. I'm just saying you have to create something much stronger, because we haven't really had any notable foes, whereas Stephen Moffat and RTD in their time managed to create quite a few memorable foes. And I'm hoping Chris Chibnall will manage to do the same as like Stephen Moffat with the Silence. in series 12. So those are my 5 ways that I think series 12 could improve upon series 11. I've got a lot of other stuff as well that I feel could be improved, but those are the 5 main things I really think the show needs to get a grip on. Have you got any ways this series could improve on the previous one? Please leave them in the comments below. Anyway, we've still got a whole year to wait, so I'll probably be discussing it for quite a while now. Thank you for tuning in. I've been Lewis Moon, and I will see you next time. Same time, same space. Goodbye!